Well, we're going to see if this is going to work. Apparently, I'm live and I'm on my computer, so I'm not sure how we're going to do with this because I can't put my camera over top of my thing, but for some reason, my iPad is not working, which is very, very strange. So let me get it down here and see what we can do. We're just going to wing it. And it's kind of ironic, well, for a couple of reasons. One, I wanted to go early today, and that didn't work. And then the other thing was I wanted Ashley to have it face on because I was going to make a large sword out of wire for Aster, who requested it on TikTok. But my wire didn't arrive. So I have some large wire, but not that much. I can try, but the other thing I thought I wanted to do is to make one out of resin. So first of all, I have to check and make sure this live stream is actually working. I don't think you used to be able to go live on your laptop without streaming software, but now it looks like you can. So that's one of these little happy accidents, the little discoveries. So I made some sketches of some swords, and of course there's the camera, it's all crooked. So I thought it would be fun to experiment with that. So I could try a large one and then a small one, but let me check on my iPad if the live stream is actually working and if I can see comments. So let's go ahead and go to my channel and check. Yeah, it says it's live. Yeah, it says it's live. There we go. So hopefully I'll be able to see comments if people hop on. I'm going to pause that. I'm going to stop that. And we're just going to play around. So I'll show you what I have. Maybe I'll be able to put this on my table a little bit to show you what I'm doing. I'm not too concerned on this channel. This is my extra channel. My regular stuff is Heather Boyd Wire. You can see regular tutorials here. But on this channel, I just troubleshoot. So this is a situation of troubleshooting an idea. I'm going to get some thick wire, the thickest wire I have. I don't want to waste it though. So the idea, when I get the thicker wire, I'm going to try a larger sword. For now, this looks like it's the thickest I have. This is about maybe 2 millimeter. The one I ordered, I think, is 6 gauge or something. It's really thick, the one I ordered. So I'm just going to, I'll also message Amber to tell her that I'm on because Amber's the moderator of my channel and I told her I'm going to go on early today and that didn't happen, of course. So we're going to say, I'll just say I'm on. There, we'll see how that goes. So we're going to play around with this. If this isn't your bag, no problem at all. You're welcome to check out anytime if you don't want to. If you don't want to just kind of look at me troubleshooting here. But this is a thick wire. So what I was thinking we could do is to try to do a larger one. Like I said, I don't want to waste the wire too much. So let's go ahead and take like a arm span of wire and try something with it. I have to get out of the habit of saying and all the time. There's Amber. How are you? So Amber, I couldn't live stream on my iPad. I even deleted the app and I re-uploaded the app. I closed the iPad, turned it on again, and then it said YouTube crashed. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but I thought I'll just go ahead and do it this way. You never used to be able to live stream this way directly on your computer, but this is something new that I discovered inadvertently. And let's just go ahead and try to make a decent size sword. I'm just playing around with it. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. And then the idea would be is if you have thicker wire, to go in with some thicker wire. I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm just going to play around with it, and then I'm going to make a smaller one with resin. So that'll be cool. What a hassle. Yeah, it's strange, eh? It's like I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. And what do I want to do with this? Because I could fill this in with some little squiggles maybe or something like that. But for now, I don't want to make it too big because it's just going to be really soft and wobbly, and I'll run out of wire. That's the thing. So I'm just going to play around with this and see. And like I said, if anybody hops on and it's not their bag, because I don't have my overtop camera, so I'm not going to be able to do anything with the overtop camera, unfortunately. But let's see how we can do this. We can just bring this one in maybe here. I'm just really going to play around with this. This could be like almost like an infinity sign or something. We're going to bring this one up and then maybe measure this a little bit. Yeah, so Amber, if you have to multitask, if you can't stay on, no worries at all, because this is very, very casual. And luckily on this channel, we don't have a lot of people watching, which is, less pressure to be vigilant about being on and stuff. So if ever you have to go, it's no problem at all. And let's see how that's going. We're going to measure it a little bit. I should get my ruler, but I'm just going to play around with it. So if we bring this one up here, and then the thing is we're going to have to start wrapping it a little bit too. So we can go up here and maybe wrap this. We could put beads on it. I'm just playing around. I'm just having fun with this. I'm experimenting because when I do get the good wire, I want to have some idea of what I want to do with it. Now I have all kinds of colors of this other wire, which is probably more like a 16 gauge aluminum wire. Now the aluminum is really nice because it's super soft. So that's cool. So I'm going to just take some of this. It's a contrasting color. I don't know if I'm going to work off the roll. Again, I might just pull like an arm's length of wire here, clip it. And after this one, I'll definitely do the resin one. I wish I could go like stream it over top. I just don't know how I could do that. Or maybe put a mirror on the table or something. I'll have to figure out something. So this one, you could go ahead and wind it for the handle. I might have to wind it a couple of times to make it thicker. This is where we start to experiment. So I'm going to bring this one down a bit here, and I'll do like a little crisscross in the center. I'm just crisscrossing it in the center there to fix it up here. So if we go around, down, we could maybe crisscross it over a couple of times. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. Looks a little Celtic or something. Just did a little double crisscross and clip the end. Now from here, we're just going to keep, I have a really long piece of wire. So we're just going to keep going. This is weird doing a live stream like this because I'm usually on my overtop camera. It's kind of fun. I don't mind. I mean, you guys maybe don't see as well, although like I said, with a big item like this, it's kind of providential because I wanted to show more, and also I wouldn't be able to do this under the camera because it's a big long piece. What I'm doing now is I'm just winding up for the handle, but what I really want to do is make it thicker. This is very primitive, but it gives you an idea of how you could make something basic shape, and then the idea is we'd have to reinforce the rest. So now I've wound up. I'm going to wind my way back down to thicken it up. And you can do this a few times. So I'm just going back. I'm not making a tight coil. I'm just going loosely, so it's more of an open coil. The idea is just to reinforce the wire a little bit and down, and then we can work our way back up again. Okay. Again, it's not a perfect even wind. It's just to bulk up that wire a little bit. It's kind of cool. Do I want to use up the wire? I mean, you can just kind of go down again just to use up the wire. There, why not? Okay, and then maybe cut it at the back and tuck in that little end. And go down. And even use the nylon job pliers to tuck in the end. Okay, so that's what we have so far. It's wobbly because this is aluminum wire, so it's definitely wobbly. Now, do you want to do something funky at the top? Maybe you could. I mean, in theory, you could even take this and bring it back around. This is where we troubleshoot. So we could bring it back around to bulk it up a little more and to combine the colors. Let's try that. I'm going to bring this and down, around, down. It's a shame to waste wire, so it's kind of nice to do this. I mean, it's all right. You know, this is just to experiment. So anytime I do the live streams, you guys can use the parts of it that you like, and the parts you don't like, you don't have to use. So what if we finish it with a spiral? Let's try that. So we clip the end. We take our round nose pliers, and we're going to wind them around and around. So we have a little spiral here, and then we can get the nylon jaw pliers. It's so hot here. Let me know what the weather's like in your parts. It's really hot and humid, but nonetheless, I'm going to take my bike out in a bit to get a little bit of exercise. So if we do that and then just wind that little spiral down, it just finishes the top. It's kind of bizarre. It's all right. Now this part, we could have maybe woven it to get it a little bit more even. That probably would have been a good idea, to weave that out a little bit. And for that, I think we need a thinner wire. So let me see what I have for thinner wire, and we can do that. I should have done it first, because now it's not going to work so well. But let me just see if I have that soft wire that I used to have. Here it is. I ordered this 20 gauge aluminum wire once, thinking it would be good for our work, but it's terrible. It's so thin. It's really, really bad. But I'll maybe use some of it for this. I have so much. It's very soft. I use it a lot for the chaos wrap because it's really, really soft. Actually, that was something I thought of doing in there, was the chaos wrap. That might be a good thing. Okay, so I've hit my hand there. That might be easier than weaving, because the weaving isn't going to be too easy. So let's go ahead and wind it at the top. I'm going to wind it a bit at the top. There we go. This is very makeshift. I think kids would like this. It's funky, you know, it's different. But we do want to, so it doesn't slide down, we should probably attach it somewhere at the top. Okay, I'm going to do a little more like that. Not quite sure how to attach it at the top. Maybe just into one of these things. Okay, so maybe just up around here, just to attach it so it doesn't slide down. I just wound it around the back there. Okay, we're going to clip that. And then now we can go ahead and wind this down a bit. Oof, this is a big wire. Hot here too. 30 degrees. Wow. Yeah, it's very warm and muggy, and we have all the forest fires, so we see a lot of like smoke and stuff as well. Yeah. That's totally a sword. Yes. Well, it's getting there. It's a little funky, but that's okay. I'm going to open it a bit at the top here. I guess I'll just wind it until I get further down. I'm not quite sure the best way to do it. I could start kind of weaving it, pull that through. This is a long wire. Oh, this is a really long wire. I don't know if I need it that long. What I should have done was woven it from the beginning. That would have been the best thing to do, because right now it's going to be a little hard with this because it's not open. So maybe I'll just weave it a bit. I think that's too much wire. I'll cut some off. That's a little bit much. There we go. What I really want to try is the resin one. So this is kind of a prototype, and then we'll go from there. So we're going to bring that one down and through. Yeah, we'll weave for a bit, And there was Connie. Hello. 90. Wow. I think that's, is that around 30? Something like that. I think so. I'm not even sure. I should get my conversion done. Stay cool. Are you near the ocean, Connie? Can't remember. I think you're near the water, or not the water, the lake, the Great Lake. That's what you're near. Yeah, that's really hot. But if you're near the water and there's a breeze, then it's not too bad. We do have a lake near here, and it's not always that breezy down there, but keeps the island kind of temperate. We live on an island. Montreal is an island, so the temperature isn't too bad. It's pretty moderate in general. Saginaw Bay, Lake Huron, yeah. And that lake's really cold, I think. Isn't that the biggest Great Lake? I'm not sure. Okay, so I did a little bit of weaving, a little bit of winding. I think this kind of gives you an idea of what you can do. Definitely the weaving is good to strengthen it up a little bit. So maybe you do more wires in there too. Like, you know how I do the thing where you do the like the spirally thing? That might be a good thing to do to reinforce it. So if you do something like that, where you reinforce it, and then maybe go on it after, that might be a good idea. But what you could do now is once you've woven a little bit, okay, we can maybe start to do a bit of a chaos wrap or something. So if we could just go around and around, see if, I don't know if you could, I should probably bring it up closer so you guys can see what I'm doing, because usually we do it overhead. So if we go around like kind of a chaos wrap, and then we can go around the sides again. Okay, bring it through. It's a long piece of wire. Okay, and then over here and around the other side. When I do the resin one, I think I'll try to I'll put the camera down on my hand so you guys can more see what I'm doing. 76, that's not too bad. That's really not too bad. Yeah, nice. It's a large sword. Yeah, well, this is even smaller than what I wanted to do, because I had someone on TikTok ask if it's possible to do a life-size sword. So I did order the wire for that, but the problem is the wire didn't arrive in time. So this is why I'm doing this one. And the wire I ordered is thicker. I think it's 6 gauge. Yes, I think it must be 6 gauge, because I did have 9 gauge wire, which I use for the plant propagation things. So I ordered some 6 gauge. Let's see, it's really wobbly. So it would be more thick to do a life-size sword. Oh, who have we got here? Oh, that's true, 6 gauge. Yeah, so 6 gauge might be practically impossible to use, but we might be able to use it as a base, and I'm always game to try, so we'll see. I'm sure I'll find some use for it. I'm not sure what, but I think they even sell smaller than that, but I thought 6 is going to be the max that I can handle, that's for sure. So I'll do a couple more of these spirals, and then I'll show you guys. And then, like I said, if you guys have to pop in and out, no problem at all. Let me know what you're working on these days, project-wise. It's we just wrapped up the 10-day art gratitude journal challenge, which was super fun. So now I have to start working on the next wire challenge, which will more likely be in the fall, for sure. Cat Goddess, hello, hello, hello. Welcome. We're doing, if you're not familiar with the live stream, every week I hop on and troubleshoot new ideas. So we're working on a sword. Usually I have an overtop camera so you could actually just see my hands, but I was having technical difficulties. So that's why we're doing it in this format. But you'll see in the previous live streams that usually I do it with the overtop camera. Thank you. Yeah, I'm having fun. Yeah, the swirls are cool. The swirls are definitely cool, and it's a good way to fill in the space. And for someone like me that's not a huge fan of wire weaving, although, I did pretty well with that challenge, that this is the idea to fill it in. But you see that it's very, very soft wire. So I'm hoping this 6 gauge will be stronger. I do like this idea of filling in the area with the spirals. It just gives it that little extra bit of bling, which is super cool. And we're just going to alternate back and forth. I'd like to at least try to fill in the whole sword with the spirals while we're on the live, and then I'm going to do the one that's the resin, which is I'm very excited about, because I had thought, what am I going to do? Because my wire didn't arrive, and I thought, oh well, I'll try a resin sword, and so that's what we'll do after this. And I'll try to tilt the camera a little bit so you can see more what I'm doing. But in the meantime, this is pretty good. It's giving you an idea. And when you get to the wider part, you can put more than one spiral beside each other. But for now, we're just going to do it this way. And your spirals can get bigger as you go down the sword. So we're getting there. And if I run out of wire, no problem. I'll just add wire. I have so much of this 20 gauge. It's insane. And I don't even remember when I bought it, but I definitely can't use it for my work because it's way too soft. And the color isn't that nice. It's more of a dull gold type of thing. But sometimes you don't know until you until you receive it. And this one had been on Amazon. So some of the quality of stuff on Amazon is not the best. The gold wire we used to buy for our regular work, I bought in Barcelona, and they charge $300 in delivery. So if anyone lives in Barcelona and wants to buy me some wire and ship it, I would reimburse you. But for some reason, they were going to charge me so much money. Maybe it's actually that heavy and it was expensive. I'm not sure. I don't remember it being that much. So, c'est la vie. What can you do? Yeah, I think I probably will have to add some more wire. But for now, we'll just get this done. We'll just get her done and around. And this wire is so soft. It's making pretty good spirals. I mean, they're not perfectly even, but sometimes it's better when they're not super even, when they're a little bit more loose and uneven. It just looks a little more artistic. Bring that one around. Yeah, the spirals are getting bigger. Round and around. Whee! And we're getting to the bottom, so that's good. And if you want, as you get down, you can do the spirals. You can do 2 spirals even. So we could do like one that way, pull it a little bit, and then another one that way. Kind of like an infinity sign, and around. So it's just it gives it a little bit more variety if you want to do 2 spirals instead of 1. There, we're getting there. Perfect. Yeah, not too bad. Let me know if you guys are going on vacation anywhere this summer. I don't really have any plans other than going back and forth to see my parents in Arnprior. So that's like a 3-hour drive. We used to live in Ottawa, which was like 2 hours from here. And then when my sister moved to Arnprior, she moved my parents there. So they're like a 5-minute drive away from her, which is good. And so I try to go, well, once or twice a month. And then sometimes I meet them in Ottawa to go to the Little Theatre, which is what we're doing Sundays. So, it's just as well that Serena doesn't have a class on Sunday because I will not be here. Although I did say to Serena I might try to do a couple of live streams on my art channel while she's gone, just to keep everybody, connected and stuff like that. So maybe not, well, obviously not this Sunday, but maybe the following Sunday I can do something like that. That would be fun. Oh yeah, this is coming along. I quite like it. It's very funky. There we go. Yeah, it would be fun. We could do something. I haven't finished my flower one. Did you finish your flower one, Amber? I'm going to go in with some paint markers and add some more details. I bought some paint markers on Amazon that looked really cool, so I thought, oh, I'll do that. I'll do that and see how that goes. And they're all different colors, and I wanted some colors that are like very close to the paint colors, but would be almost like a tone on tone effect. So I'm curious to see if they're any good. Sometimes you don't know about the quality of things on Amazon, but I looked at reviews and stuff, and they seem to be a good brand. So we'll see. We'll check it out and see, because I do like the idea of those paint markers. When I took a class with Serena at her house a few years ago, we actually did a Klimt inspired piece. So the piece I did with the flower was also inspired by that class I did with Serena many moons ago. In fact, I should post that in the Make Art Be Happy group, because that would show you part of my inspiration for the flower. I think I'm going to add to yours. Yes. Nice. Awesome. Yeah, sometimes it's good to simmer the idea a little bit, because we don't always know what's a good thing to do. And I always take photos in between stages. So in case you go one stage too far and you regret it, no regrets, because if you have a picture of it, that's all that matters. And if you don't try it, you don't know. So I think that's good. I think that's enough spirals. I had just enough wire. So the Make Art Be Happy group is my friend Serena's Facebook group for her art stuff. So she runs a program called the Art Lovers Academy, but you don't have to be a member of the academy to join the Facebook group. And yeah, well, we should share it with Connie. So it's really nice, and you can, if you're part of the academy, you have access to her live streams and her online classes and programs and stuff like that. So it's really a wonderful, wonderful group. And but like I said, you don't have to be a member of the academy to like her page, type of thing. So here's the sword. That's not too bad. These maybe need a little bit of work, but it's pretty good. Maybe I'll do something in the handle. I can see what else I have. So maybe a different color or something, just to change it up, unless I go back with this color. Let's see what the color I have as a contrast. I have rose gold. Let's see what else. I might just go ahead with the same color, because orange too. These ones are really thick. Oh, those ones are really thick. Okay, I don't think I need that. Yeah, maybe I'll just go in with this one again and see the orange. Ah, oh, nice. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Amber. That's perfect. So yeah, if anybody wants to join Serena's group, she she has a lot of really great inspirational projects. So now I'm gonna maybe try to do something with this. I'm gonna bring that one around here. I just want to fill in this handle a little bit more, so I'm just going to go ahead in with some of this thicker wire and just wind it around, I think. There we go. Do we want to wind it? Do we want to do something else? I could always also, here, I'm going to straighten this out a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, let's straighten that out a little bit. Okay. Okay, so that one. And then what if we just tried to do our little windy things in here? Oh, here, I'm going to fix this a little bit more. I'm just trying to see if I can do that little thing where I just spiral it around to cover up the, let's see what we can do here. And go up. I'm just trying to fill it in like I do sometimes with the winding the wires around, just to give it a little bit more body. I'm going to bring that one around here. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but that's kind of cool. Okay, I'm going to do that and then bring it in here and bring it around. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so I've seen some of the art and yes, yeah, really nice stuff. Um, Serena has been a very dear friend of mine for years. She used to run a women's entrepreneurial exchange, a women's networking group, and she was a business coach. But she studied film in at school, and she really has a passion for art. So, in the last couple of years, especially mostly since the pandemic, I guess, she really dove into her art and she dove into her teaching. So she's always taught art at her house, but she actually currently teaches at a local school. So she's the art teacher at a local school near her. And she then also runs the art academy and she still gives private classes. She gets hired in community centers and stuff to teach art as well. So she's a multifaceted artist and does all kinds of creative stuff. So I'm happy to have been with Serena in her business journey and in her art journey. And I met her at the Viva Vida Art Gallery when it first opened at its first location. And her husband walked down. I was in the basement working on some kids' art stuff. And she walked down in the basement with her boyfriend, her husband, Eric, and we just instantly hit it off. So yeah, she's a great friend. There we go. I'm going to actually open up this spiral a little bit, bring this to spiral to the top. Okay, so that's it, guys, for this one. That turned out pretty good. I just was kind of playing around with it. So that one's done. And let's see if we could do something with resin. That would be fun. I'm just going to grab a sip of water. And it's not life size, but it's pretty cool. Eee, I like that. And you can see how you could make it bigger. Yeah, very cool. Incredible. Thank you. That's fun. I can't wait to get the thick wire to see what I can do, but I do like that. So let's get our UV resin light here. Move that out of the way. And move that out of the way. And I could probably put away my thick wire. Sometimes I just like to clear the space a little bit. Otherwise, I get a little bit claustrophobic with all my stuff. So let's put this away. Close this up. Put away my thick wire. Keep the little bits because sometimes they're handy. So let's put away the thick ones here. These are my thick aluminum wires. We're going to put those away. And now we are going to, I have all my German style wire, which I love. So I have a whole bag of 20 gauge wire, German wire. So we're going to have a look at those. I'm going to plug in my UV light. We're going to figure out if I can show from overhead what I'm doing because I'm a little restricted because I'm live streaming on my laptop and it's not the same setup I usually have. Usually, I don't know if you guys can see, I usually have this ginormous tripod and my iPad goes on this and it moves around so I could face forward, face down, but YouTube was not cooperating today. So claustrophobia is relatable. I'm telling you, yeah. And I'm not usually someone that's really, super uptight about cleanliness, but it's definitely when you have too much stuff all over the place, it's just too busy. Okay, resin. Mixy things. Tape. Mixy pot and silicone thing. Okay, I think we're good. Now, the mica powder, definitely we want to color the resin for this. So let's get something metallic. Let's see what we have. Well, this is more like a goldenrod, it says. This looks more gold. Here's basic gold, so that's good. And we have silver. That's white, gray. Looks like rose gold. I don't know if there is silver. This one is bronze. Coffee. There's no silver. That's strange. I think I have some glitter though too. That's fine. That's good. So we'll use one of those. Let me look in this one. So we might also have glitter. There's also silver glitter. So if we want that, we can always add it, silver and gold glitter. But first, we have to make the sword. Let us, well, maybe I'll do a gold sword since that's the kind of resin I have. Which design do we want to do? So I did some sketches, and we're going to get some gold wire then. Oh, did I bring you guys? Okay, let me go grab the gold wire because I think I left it downstairs. I just remembered I have the gold upstairs because I used it the other day. So we have, I thought I did. Oh, I also have this. I don't know where I put the gold. That's weird. But I do have this tarnish resistant brass wire from Artistic Wire. I don't know why I can't find the gold German style wire. Put it somewhere safe. Of course. Nope, it's not anywhere here. Nope. Unless it's in my bin. Oh, it is. There we go. So this is the German style wire comes in this larger one and also on these smaller rolls that come in this. So you can get them in 2 different sizes. I'm going to use, I might use the brass because it's pretty stiff, it's pretty good. It's a little maybe off, but I have a lot of this, so maybe I'll use some of this. And what size do we want to do? We don't want to do it too big. Let me just see. If we bring this down here, see if that's going to be good so you guys can see. Is it dark? Is it too dark? Let me know if it's too dark and if you can see what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see the comments very well. Maybe I'll open the comments on my iPad. Let's check. So, live chat. Okay, I think I could see the live chat on my iPad. It's not too dark. Okay, good. Perfect. Yeah, that way I could definitely see that. Okay. Oh, I should look on my own. Oh, there we go. I could actually see it on my own camera now. Oh, cool. Might be backwards, I don't know. Let's go ahead and, yeah, it's not dark. It's not super light, but I wonder, Oh, it's not awful. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut a piece, maybe about 12 inches. And get our flat pliers here. And I don't have one of these drawn the right shape, but I will make the templates and put them in the Etsy DIY shop. So there'll be, I don't know if I already have a little ebook about swords, but if I have already a template, I'll just add to them. And that would work well. So let's go ahead and make this a little bit. We don't want, well, it can be a, I don't know. We're going to do this. So sometimes it's hard to measure. I should just get a ruler to measure it properly. So this is the idea. If you do like a little sword, we want it to have it flatten up. And what do I want to do? I do like these little twirly whirly things on here. I also like the idea of doing a bead, but the bead, we'd have to do the resin first. Let me just think of the best thing to do, because if I bring this up here, let's get it around on the pliers. So if we bring it up, and I also want to try to keep things relatively simple. We could weave that, but I think I'm not going to get into weaving right now. So if we bring this one around here, maybe I should try to keep it flat. Okay, so I'm just going to twist that a bit. Okay. This is way too much wire. But what we're going to do is, because yes, we do want to keep it flat for doing the resin aspect of it. So let's try to keep it very simple. This will definitely not need 12 inches of wire. I'll use my scraps because I actually use this wire for some of my stuff that the jewelry that I sell. So I will keep my scraps, and I use this to make, what do I use this? I make little curling earrings, and I use this color for some of the, to do the stick for the curlers. Okay, so let's cut this to about, let's measure it, shall we? Now, I'm going to measure about, we need a whole inch and a half. That's going to be a lot. How about 1.25 inches? Okay, let's measure 1.25 inches. And here, 1.25 inches-ish. Okay, so we have removed 3, 6. So let's just say this probably only takes about 6 inches. And we'll write it down. So we have, I'm just gonna, oh, let's take a picture, shall we? Let's do that. Okay. Okay, so if we start with this, so we got this, 6 inches. Okay. I need my camera. I could probably paint palette earrings. Yay! Awesome. I love that. Okay, there we go. Let's take a picture. Okay, let's bring the app back. Perfect. I haven't worn ears for a while. Yeah, that's fun wearing ears. I don't wear a lot of earrings because my hair is too thick and you can't even see them. And also my ears are really sensitive, even when I wear hypoallergenic wires. Okay, so let's do the resin, and then we're going to embellish this a little bit, and we're going to see how it goes. So for that, I will need a piece of paper. Not too big though, because sometimes it kind of bounces back a little bit. So let me just get a scrap. Actually, probably better to do this on a piece of cardboard because sometimes the paper doesn't sit too flat, so you almost need something that's a thick piece of cardboard. Like this is very thick. And we're going to get, my AC just came on, so believe it or not, I'm going to put a blanket on my legs because I'm wearing shorts, which I never wear, but I know it's really hot outside, so. But right now, it's too cold in the house, which I shouldn't complain about. So let's cut a piece of this wire, that. Oh, there's the phone. So let me just grab it quickly, guys. Sorry, you can take a break if you have to take a break. Hello. Okay. Well, that wasn't worth it. They hung up on me. I didn't want to talk to them anyways. There we go. Okay, so we're just going to lay this down with the tape. Okay, and I will get the blanket again. And want to make sure this is really flat. Already I can see the wire isn't super flat. We probably also should have done this with thicker wire. Let me think. I also have this wire, which is soft, but remember this one? This is the wire that came with the cloison kit. So I'm thinking this is going to be too skinny. It's not going to hold the resin very well. I don't know what I was thinking. So let's cut a piece of this one to see. There's that one, which is the cloison wire, which is very thin. But let me also look at my flat wire to see what we have. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Okay. So I'm running a little low on flat wire. Usually I actually just make my own. I have 16 gauge wire that I'll just press, but let's see what we have for flat wire here. 5 is too thick. It's really hard on my hands. I have some aluminum. This is a little thick too. But it's silver. I was hoping I'd have some gold. Okay, let's remove that. I almost want to run downstairs and flatten some 16 gauge wire. Because this is going to be, wow, this is too soft. Forget that. I have this, which is oh, that's too hard too. That's way too hard. Okay, where's my 16 gauge wire? I'm going to get some 16 gauge wire. And see what I have. That's soft. This one. Sorry, guys. Little piece. It seems to be 16 gauge. So just give me a second and I'm going to go down and flatten it. And I'm going to come right back because I think this is going to be better if I flatten this. So if you guys have to take a break, check off, I will be right back. I'm going to flatten this piece of wire. That was quick. So I just put it through the rolling mill so it's flat. And now, Kristen, hello, how are you? Nice to see you. I'm making a sword. Already made a big one, and now we're making one with resin. So that's the plan. It was a special request from someone on TikTok. Let's measure this time. Inches. Okay, so we're gonna bend that at about 3/8 of an inch. And this one to about 3/8 of an inch. Okay, perfect. So there's that. And then now, well, not perfect, but pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to, I wonder if I cut my wire big enough. I don't, okay, I'm gonna try not to make it too big because I'll run out of wire. Okay, I'm gonna bring this here, and then how big the sword? I guess about here. We don't want it too big. Okay, so we're gonna bend that one out. And then this one to, this is where we have to do the top part. We're gonna get the, maybe I should use the bale making pliers because of they're more cylindrical than coned. So we're gonna bring this one down here. That one gives a little gentle bend this way, just gentle that way. And then this one bends out here. So this is the idea. We have, this is the configuration for the resin sword. Okay, so it looks like that. And then we're going to trim these to about, this one's about 1 1/4 to 1 3/8. So just past 1 1/4. Just past 1 1/4. Okay, so that's what we got. Let's take a picture. I took a picture of the thinner one. So let's take a picture and so we have a record of what we're doing. I keep forgetting to take pictures. And back to YouTube. Okay, have a little sip of water. Now let's press this down and hopefully it won't leak. So what we want to do is we want to fill it in with resin. This is a nice one, the gold. We're going to get our pot, put some resin. I'll just take it out of the big pot. Still good. Somebody told me that the resin can expire, but knock on wood, this one still seems pretty good. I've got some little bits in there. Oof. Okay. Pour a little bit in. Don't need too much because the sword isn't that big. Now the resin, the color, I never know how much to put. I don't think you need much though. Okay, that might be enough. And we'll get our stirry thing. Mix that around. I might have mixed too much, but that's okay. I'm going to do this. Work surface at the moment. Comic-Con. Am I missing? Oh, I'm back in old comments. There we go. Because when I clocked out to take a picture, I went to when I came back, it was at the old comments. So there we go. Now this is maybe too much resin, which is a shame. I wonder if I could use it for something else. So let's go ahead. Maybe I'll do 2 coats. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some. How do we do this without it going all over the place? I guess we can kind of just like pour it out a little bit. Let's get that resin in there. I think I'll need a toothpick to do this. Okay, so let me get a toothpick or just a scrap of wire. There we go. Okay, so let's do a couple little coats and hope it's going to be all right. I really want to get it right in there though. Okay. Okay, so there's that. Let's put it under for whatever 3 minutes, and then I'm going to do another little coat on top because I have the resin. What else can we make that's gold? Just to use up this resin. Should do something with it. I mean, I could do another. I could try it with a skinnier one. I don't think it's going to stay too well though. Yeah, it might not work too well. I'm going to wipe this off. Ah, Crimson Dove. Hello, hello. How are you? We're just troubleshooting swords currently. And while that's cooking, I'll show you the bigger sword I made. So this was the one, was a special request on TikTok from Aster to do a life-size sword. So this would be like the concept, and then you can make it larger. I've ordered thicker wire to try to do it larger. So that's the plan. But for now, we're just going to do this. And then what I'm going to also do is maybe make something with this gold, because I should just impromptu make something that might be fun with the gold. Extra resin. Just let me take this, and I'm just playing around with this to make another shape that maybe we could use for the resin. I don't know if it would work or not. I'm just playing around with this while that resin sets, and to see if there's something else we could do, just to see how it looks. Just to play around with it. Should have maybe made this a little bit bigger, but like if you want to do like a spiral with the resin. Okay, you guys know that's not my preferred way of doing spirals though, so I should just get another. I put my wire away already, but I usually make them on a cone. We could maybe just recoup this a little bit just to use up the resin. So I'm just gonna play around with this to do like a little spiral. This one's kind of kinking. I don't know why. Some wire's more smooth than other. I don't know why this one's kind of kinking a little bit. And then we can, oh, there we go. So that's off. We're going to add some more resin. I'm going to just use this little scrap of wire and see what we can do if we bring that to there. And yeah, it's really wonky, but I just don't want to waste resin. So we're going to see what we can do here. Yeah, it's must have maybe already been kinked a little bit, this wire. So we're going to do that, and then I'll just kind of squeeze it a little bit. Stick it on here. There we go. And let's add some more. Hopefully it hasn't completely dried up. No, it seems fine. So let's add a little bit more resin. Fill it in a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna just try to spread it a little. Oh, now I have a little too much, I think. But we're gonna try to move it up. Yeah, move it down. I don't know if I could take some out. Yeah, I have a little too much. I'm trying to take some out a little bit. That's not bad. Okay, so this makes an interesting swirly pattern, which I don't know if you want it like that or if you would want it more smooth, but it's interesting. And then can we get some of the extra into this? We're gonna see. You almost need a syringe to get it, like, do they ever do that? Put the resin in a syringe so whoop, that's a little bit much. So it doesn't like go over the edges and stuff. Let's see. There we go. Let's spread this around a bit. This is just an experiment with the extra resin. Let's see. Just get a little bit more in, and then we'll put it under the light, and then we'll finish the sword. There we go. This is very wonky, but it's just to use up the resin. Okay. Not sure what I'm going to do with the rest of that. Maybe I'll find something else to do with it. So this is the idea. You just kind of see what you can do. I forget which is the good side of the resin. Is it the side against the tape or this side? I don't remember. Okay, so let's just put that under there and see if there's something else we could do for the last bit. I'm going to see if there's like some already pre-made frames in here that would work with those. Oh, there's also these, remember? Remember these things? Let's put it in one of those and see how much we have. Maybe one of the rings. I think we've used those before. Or the little, I'm going to put them in these little things and see if we can make 2 for earrings. That'd be fun. Let's do that. Okay. Because I have enough for earrings. So we're just going to put the resin in here. I don't know how much. Put about the same amount in both. You have to make sure that it goes around that little knobby thing. There we go. Whoa, okay, that's too much. Oopsies. Or maybe it's not too much. Okay, I'm going to do this and that. Looks like too much. Okay, let me just check this. I have to take my glasses off because, okay, that one looks good. This one's definitely too much. Okay, let's try to get some of that out. Yeah. Oh, no, it's a mess. Okay, I could probably just break these off after. That's just a little bit too much. And then probably I want to also, well, pop the bubbles. I don't know if I can fix that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's get the wire. Let's get some of this stuff off. Okay. It will come off. But we also need that, the lighter to get the, is it in my thing though? Where did I put the lighter? Okay. I'm just going to get a lighter to do that. There we go. Okay, here's a lighter. Cute little lighter. I should just keep it with my resin stuff. As long as it's not flammable. How often a syringe could be used before the resin would harden? Yes. Those syringes are curved so you can see better. Cool. Hi, Susan. Okay, let's move this. Let's see if it's set. Pretty good. let's get the bubbles out of here. So I definitely see a big bubble there. Come on. This one. Oh, the bubbles aren't really coming out. That's weird. I wonder if they don't come out as well with the color. Looks like it's cooking. Okay, let's just try this. That's fine. Okay, so let's do one more time to make sure it gets really set. I'm going to just clean up this a little bit. This can go under here too, because that's how you clean that stuff, is just to dry it. Let me wash my hands. I'm going to come back and finish the sword. Okay. And I'll put the resin stuff away because that's pretty well done, except for the light. This one goes back. And the colors can all go back. There. Perfect. So those will go away. And the whoopsies. Those up, yeah. So those will go. All the little brushes will go. The resin will go. Close it up so it doesn't leak. I feel like I should put this in a, you know what, I'm going to leave the big pot of resin upright, I think, because I don't want it to leak. Okay, there we go. So that's that. Put that at the side. These ones, don't know what we're going to do with that. I'll put away the flat wire. We don't need that. We're getting there. Okay, so now, also, do I want to put a bead on there? I have to think about that. And my 20 gauge wire go away. The German wire can go away. That goes, actually, the German wire I put downstairs because I use it more for tutorials. I might order some more gold though. Okay. My hands are still sticky. So let's remove this because I'm sure the sword is okay, although I'm going to put the UV light again on the little gold pendants. I'm not going to do anything with those on this one, but I'll use those later. Okay, so now we have this that we have to remove. So remove the tape. Okay, that's good. That worked. And this one, is it set? No, I could put it back under the light. Oh, it's still wet. Okay, this is going to go back under the light. So, there we go. I'll just stick it back over there. It's not set. Perfect. I'll just stick that there. Okay, I don't need that anyways for this. Okay, so we've got our sword so far, and we have to figure out how to finish it. Okay. Now, okay, oh, I'm way behind with the comments. I lay a towel over the syringe to keep in the darkness. That's smart. A tiny crochet hook to get some skeeters to dig hardened resin. Cool, nice. Awesome. Get a bag full for a couple of dollars. A bag full of crochet hooks? Cool. Or syringes. Awesome. Thanks, Susan. Hi, Corey. So now, what are we going to do with this? We've got this so far. We're going to have to, oh, I could have put some resin in the handle. Didn't think about that. That's unfortunate. I forgot about that. Okay, so let's get some more wire. Maybe we can use this soft wire again. That might be good. And yeah, I should have put, maybe I could put a bead or something in the handle. I didn't think about that. Okay. So if we want to, we need to attach these so they don't come apart. So we're going to take that one around here, around this way. Okay, and that'll maybe work its way back up there again. And then this one can go this way. We're just going to do a little crisscross. Okay, simple, keep it simple. And now we're going to trim that. And pinch that in with the nylon jaw pliers. And from here, maybe we could put a bead or something. Which way is that coming from? We go around here and wind it up a little more and up. Yeah, I could have put more resin. I could have put resin in the handle. That would have worked. I mean, wouldn't a bead be nice at the top? I just feel like it's really plain. Okay. Wow, I'm looking at my own video and you can kind of see what I'm doing here. When I look at my iPad, it's not too bad, eh? Interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a bead. These are my favorite beads, of course, the miracle beads. I don't know, purple, black maybe, hematite. It's a little less dark than the black one. Pearl. What do you think, pearl or a hematite bead? Maybe hematite's a little more swordy. Okay. Just got from Michael's in Edmonton. Yay! That's awesome. Is that anywhere near the West Edmonton Mall? We went to the West Edmonton Mall in 2017, and there were forest fires, so it was very, very smoky around that time. So now I'm just putting this at the top, the hematite bead, and I wonder if I can wind it around first. Wind it a few times maybe, around and around. And there, I mean, it's pretty simple. And then this, we would want to kind of attach, well, I don't know how we're going to hang this thing. I didn't think about that. I guess we'd want maybe a loop to hang it with. So we should probably do some kind of like little loop thing at the back. I didn't think about that. And maybe bring this back around. I didn't think about that. So if we just bring that one around back, it's making for a thick handle, but that's okay. Maybe it should be thick. I'm going to bring that one down again. That's very thick, but that's okay. We're just going to finish it at the back. You guys can use any of these ideas in any way you want. So if you want to not wind it as much, you can. If you want to do something different. But this way we do have a little loop at the back if we want to hang it up as a pendant. So it's a little discreet. I'll bring that in a bit. You can hang that as a pen. Now for this, I was thinking just to spiral them. These might be too long, but we're going to see. So if we take this, spiral them up or down? I guess up. So I'm going to bring that around and around. There. And this one. Bring this one around and around. Sword with resin. Hi, Tidra, how are you? Yeah, we're playing with. I had a request for a like a life-size sword, so I didn't get the wire in time that I wanted to make it with. So I made a mid-range size sword, and we'll make the life-size sword. Well, I'll try to make it when I get my wire, if that wire works. So we're just bringing these in, and we're just finishing up because. Just finishing this one. That was the resin sword. It's kind of cool. I'm kind of liking it. So this is the handle. This gold wire is a little bit light, but it's not too bad. And then that's the handle like that. So here is the resin sword, which has a lot of potential. Let's bring this back. Hello. So there's the resin sword. So my setup too was different for the live stream because YouTube wasn't cooperating. So thank you. Thanks, guys. Looks so cool. Thank you. And here's the mid-range to life-size sword. So that's cool. So that worked really well. So this was fun. This was super fun. Thanks to Aster for suggesting to make a life-size sword. If I get the bigger wire, I'm going to try to make one. Both look amazing. Thank you. Yay, that was fun. That was really fun. So guys, thank you so much for hopping on the live stream. That was fun, and thanks for cooperating with the way it was set up this time. I don't know if it was easy to see what I was working on. Give me your feedback and let me know how that was. And I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day or night. And thank you, Amber, for always moderating the chat. Thank you for your patience. I told you I'd be early, and I wasn't. Because this is mirror image. I'm trying to fix my shirt, but everything's in mirror image, and it's really hard. You think you're doing one thing, and you're really doing another. So yeah, and oh, thank you. These are when I bought it, I thought it was donuts, but they're actually. Let me open it up. They're actually bagels. Bagels in space, woo! Which is perfect for Montreal. So yeah, I love this shirt. It's awesome. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week. Stay cool. And we will see you. I'm trying to do an art live stream at some point. I was thinking to hop on tonight quickly on my art channel to try to finish Serena's piece, but I'm not always that predictable. So it might or might not happen. But have a wonderful day, everybody. I'll post pictures of these and add these to the templates for the sword templates. And we will see you the next time. Bye. Now I have to figure out how to turn off end stream. There we go. Perfect. Bye.